everyone. I, Darshana Mule, welcome you all to today's session, Lost and Found, Indian Board Games for Wisdom and Recreation. I request everyone to keep your mic on mute so you can enjoy the session. So I'll introduce Miss Yogini Ji, the speaker of our sessions. Miss Yogini Atreya is pursuing her master's in archaeology. She has been introduced to ancient Indian board games since childhood. She has keen interest in gaining an understanding of games played by people all around. So, Yogini ji, please unmute yourself and start the session.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the session. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'll be sharing my screen. So just let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we can see your screen, Yogini ji.
So hello and welcome, everyone. I will try to make this session a bit interactive. So I'll be asking you random questions. So I want everybody to be attentive and listen properly. And whatever their answers will be, it will always be like, it will mostly be in yes or no. So please feel free and put it in the chat box. Okay. So today, as we know, we are here to discuss about the lost and found games. We'll start. Cool. So while we are talking about games, do you all play games? And if yes, what kind of games do you play? Like, do you guys play cricket and football and snakes and ladders, something like that? Do you guys play these games? I think yes, because there's nothing in the chat box. I'm audible, right?
Yes, Yogini ji, you are audible.
Yeah. Thank you, Asha, and thank you, Darshana too. Okay, so you guys know ऐसे games होते हैं जैसे snakes and ladders है, cricket है, and everything else is there. So why are we here? We are here to talk about some different games, and these games are little bit different than what we play regularly, like snakes and ladders and Ludo and all that. But it is equally fun and equally interesting. Okay, so moving on. So, Abhi, see, since we are talking about games and hey, I also like football, by the way. So, since we are talking about games and everything, just me random blabbering about games will become very boring. So, what I want you guys to do is to keep your common sense wala Wi-Fi open and listening wala Wi-Fi open. On the screen, now I will be showing you 4 games. जिसका फटाफट names I will be telling you people, and you have to remember them ताकि आगे जाके you are able to guess them. So are you ready? I think everybody is ready. So let's go. So the first game is 16 Sepoys. Second game, Tiger and Goat. This game is called Vimana. And this game is called Dash Goti. Quickly repeating the names. The first game is 16 Sepoys. Second game is Tiger and Goat. Third game is Vimana. And fourth game is Dash Goti. And your time's up. Okay. So I hope everybody remembers कि मैंने क्या बोला and everybody was listening properly to what
Yogini ji.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you just say the first one more time?
No, that was the game. We'll be repeating these names and I'm sure somebody else would have noted it. So I'm sure that was the game, right? It was a memory game. So Darshana ji, you wanted to say something? Okay, moving on. Since there are a lot of types of games and we are going to talk about many games, I thought of dividing them into 4 types, 4 main types. So the first type of games that we are going to see are hop games. Now these are not as a jumping wala games where we have to jump, but we have to make sure that our pawns jump. Okay. The next is the hunt games. The third is the race games. And the fourth is the war games. We will quickly see what these games are, and you have to guess some of these games, okay? So moving on. The first category is called as the hop, skip and jump games. अभी इस गेम में क्या होता है? As you can clearly see, the gamesmen must leap forward and or have to jump backwards to score some points, right? But ये बहुत random explanation है. In simple words, do you recognize this game? This one, which I was talking about?
Yes, we can see it now.
Yeah, okay, you see it now. Which is this game? Any idea?
Brain Vita.
Brain Vita. Yes, that's right. So isme what you have to do is any one marble has to jump and you can flick the other marble. Okay, so this is a kind of hop, skip and jump game. But there are other types of these games also that were lost and are now found. Which are these games? They are. Which is this game? I had told the name of this game. You guys remember? You can put it in the chat box. Anybody remembers which was this game? Nobody remembers? Dash Goti. Yes, that's correct. Mihika, if I'm getting your name correct. Yes, this name is called as Dash Goti. And why is it called as Dash Goti? Any idea? Can you see those blue and green pawns?
Yes.
How many are there? Have you counted? They are 10 in numbers.
10.
That is why it is called as Dash Goti. Now imagine कि खेलते खेलते one day you lost your pawns and you have only 9 gamesmen. तो कैसे खेलेंगे? We'll have to scrap this game, no? Because you need 10 gamesmen to play. Right? Exactly. Yeah. But what we can do is we can twist it a little bit and change the board. If we remove the dashes, we can play the same game with 9 pawns. Okay. Count, if you can count the, what should I say? The red or
both,
sorry?
Both are 9.
Yes, both of them are 9. So you can play it with 9 pawns also. And what will you call this game? If the other game was called as Dash Goti, then what was this game? What will you call this game?
Navagoti.
Huh?
Navagoti.
Okay, we can call it that way also. Another name, does anybody know? You can also put it in the chat box for people who can't unmute and speak.
Deepa didi ka box leke jana.
Okay, so either you can call it Navagoti, or because this is a new game, we will call it differently. What we will call it? We'll call it Nav Keti Keta. And now, सोचो कि अगर खेलते खेलते अभी 9 थे ना, so but we क्या बोलते हैं उसको? We lost more pawns and now we have only 6 gamesmen. So what we will do then? कैसे खेलेंगे if we have only 6 gamesmen? जैसे 10 का 9 से खेला, क्या हम 9 वाला गेम can we change it a bit to make it 6?
Yes.
You can do it, right? So this is the board. And we call it Shara Vyuha. Okay. Quickly moving to the next type of game, which is hunt game. Hunt game, we have 2 people. It's usually by 2 players. And we have one prey, like a person representing prey, and one person representing the predator. Okay. So, you people must be knowing, right? अभी इन सब photos में से prey कौन है और predator कौन है? तो
No.
just say yes or no. Okay. Will cow be a prey or a predator? Is cow a prey or a predator?
Prey.
Okay. And from the photos, what are the other preys that we have?
Goat.
Yes. And बाकी सब hunt कर सकते हैं. But for the hunter, everybody is a prey, right?
Yeah.
In a hunting game, do you think? Yeah, Shravan, I got your answer also. In the hunting game, like when a hunter is hunting, do you think हमेशा hunter ही जीतता है?
No.
Prey can also be smart, right? वो भी ऐसे
Yes.
कुछ tactics निकाल सकता है जिससे वो बच जाए. So the game is all about that. There will be one party which is a hunter. It will be a bit more powerful, and one party which is the prey, which is a bit more smart. So you
Yes.
have to decide and play. तो इसके दो examples I will show you quickly. ये कौन सा game है? I had shown you. थोड़ा different board है, but game वही है.
Tiger goat.
Yes, and Shravan, you are completely correct. It is also called as Aad Hudi Aata. The same game, we call it Tiger and Goat. We call it Aad Hudi Aata. We also call it Aad Pudi Aata. Okay, Aad is goat, Hudi or Pudi is the tiger. Cool. Moving on. In the same way, अगर आपने भव्यता फाउंडेशन का यूट्यूब का प्रमोशनल वीडियो देखा होगा तो यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द नेक्स्ट गेम. वो लोग ने डाला था इसका फोटो. एनी आइडिया विच गेम इज दिस?
No.
नो? श्रवण, you have any idea? Manjusha, you must have you played these games?
No.
No? Okay. So this game is called as Hasu Chirte Aata. It's the same thing, but you play it with goats and cheetah. Sorry, you play it with cow and cheetah. Hasu is cow and Chirte is cheetah. Hemant is saying that he plays badminton, but this is like a brain game. So this is also like equally tough. Moving on. This is the race game that I was talking about. And in the race game, what you have to do is you have to run and come first. Whatever you do doesn't really matter, but you have to come first. But always remember, when it's a game, a fair play is always appreciated. Okay, so no cheating. थोड़ा बहुत चलता है, but no cheating. This is the first game, that is the race game. You know this game, right? I think everybody must. I don't know.
Pachis.
Yes.
Oh, no, we have not played it.
You've not played it, but you know the name. No? I heard somebody saying Pachisi.
Yeah, Pachis.
Yes. But this game is also called as Pagde. The thing about the games that I'm going to talk about is इनके ना बहुत नाम है और बहुत वैरायटी है. ऐसे भी खेल सकते हैं, वैसे भी खेल सकते हैं. So today we'll not only learn about how to play them, but also what they are called in different languages. Okay. So one is Pachisi. What this game is called as Pachisi. This game is also called as Pagde. This game is also commonly called as Ludo. अगर तुम लोगों को पता होगा तो this always comes with the snake and ladder के पीछे. It's
Oh, yes, Ludo.
Yeah. But then again, Ludo जब हम खेलते हैं उसके rules are different. पच्चीसी जब हम खेलते हैं उसके थोड़े rules are different. And while we are playing Pagde, उसके rules are little bit different. That is why we have these different names. In the same race game category, we have one more game which is called as Chauka and Bhara. It is also called as Ashta Chamma. Okay. In this game, जैसे आप देख सकते हो, these crosses are the safe houses, and you have to race on the board, race till finish, and then actually come back also. So it becomes important to, it's not only important to reach the destination, but also to come back. And this is usually played with kavadi seeds. We call it kavadi shells or something like that. Okay. Yeah. It's usually played with that.
Is this game like you begin, example, there's a red
pawn, yes.
Yeah, you begin there, then you make a whole circle, and then you have to try to reach there again.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. See the pointer? If you can, you start in a clockwise direction, go inside the board, come to the middle square where there is a cross, and then travel out also. That is how.
If there is somebody else who is in the yellow and do they then have to tag you, and then you're out?
Yeah, that is also there. So that is why playing. find another opponent in your square, then you can either you kill them or you can actually jump over them and go. So this is like while playing. I'm sure we are going to play some games so that time your all these questions will get answered.
Okay.
Okay. And one more game is there in this race. Which is this game?
Vimana game.
Yes, correct. Who said this?
Manjusha.
Oh, okay. Correct. This game is called as Vimana. See, I think everybody was listening. And for those who missed one or two games in the starting when I was playing memory games, see, you're getting your answers here. Okay, moving on. This is the next category. The last category that we are discussing today is the war game. Now,
Chess.
or like you can also put it in the chat box. What is the difference between this war game and the hunt game?
We can't hear you so clearly.
Now can you hear?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was asking, what is the difference between the war game and the hunt game that I showed you?
In the hunt game, you have to type of hunt,
Hmm?
and in the war game, you have to try to kill each other.
Okay.
But
Hunt.
in the hunt also, na?
Yeah, exactly. I think Manjusha has got the answer. Hunt game pawns are not equal and moves are also different. Yes, exactly. In hunt game, you have one powerful group and one smart group, right? That is what I had been telling you. But in war game, both are equal. Just say, for example, chess. Chess is a war game. This way, both pawns are equal. Both pawns have equal number of moves and equal rules also. And now it all depends on what you have to play and how you play. It depends on the person moving these pawns. There is no like this कि अरे इसके पास कितना नहीं था करके मैं हार गया या उसके पास वो advantage नहीं था करके मैं हार गया, because that is something which we can see in the hunt games. But in the war games, that is not true. The strategy that you apply, the mental math that you apply, the moves that you apply, all the observation that you have कि अरे मेरे opponent ने क्या चाल किया है, मैं how can I counter attack him or her. So all this matters when you are playing a war game. And the best example of war game that I can show you is which you have already seen, and I think most of you will know, is
Chess.
no, this one. Which is this game?
Viram.
No, Vimana is done. This was maybe somebody else who would have noticed which game is this. This is the game of 16 sepoys और 16 soldiers. यहाँ पे दोनों soldiers equal होते हैं, आमने सामने होते हैं, and this particular square or circle is your winning point. If this side is black side, and this side is white side, if the opponent comes on this particular circle, then the game is over. तुम कितने soldiers को मारते हो, कितना points score करते हो, that is not important. What is important is you have to secure this place. Okay? Abhi tak whatever I have said, you have understood? Well, I was clear, right? With explaining all these games and all that. Moving on. Shall we move ahead?
I just didn't understand what you were just trying to say right now. What with those yellow balls
Yellow balls? No, I was talking
on
about
the board?
Oh, okay. So can you see this point? The triangular
Yes.
center point? Yeah. So that is the point which you have to secure. If your opponent's pawn comes, the game is over. You lose. Like it's like the checkmate kind of a thing. That is what I was saying. Now you understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on, shall we move ahead? I hope others also don't have any questions. So now, since we have come for this session, you all might be knowing what is the name of this session, right? What is the name of this session for which we all have come here today?
Lost and found.
Yes, who was that? I could not see you. Can you see your name?
Manjusha.
Oh, okay. Yes, we have come here for lost and found session, right? So it's got definitely matlab ye hai ki the games that we are going to show you, yeah, the games which I'm talking about were lost at once upon a time, right? So
And
if
then again found.
yeah, and they were found again. But if they were lost and found again, so where and how were these found? Any idea where were these games found? How did we come to know कि अच्छा 16 soldiers करके भी there was something that we used to play. There was some like Ludo ko they used to call Chowper also or Pachisi also. Do you know? Have you thought about it? कि अरे ये अगर घूम गए तो हमको मिले कैसे? हमको ये मिले on cave walls and cave floors.
Oh.
Okay.
So did they first play it there? Like they used to draw it with some
They draw
like,
it with a chisel or some hard surface. They used to etch it on the stone, and yes, they used to play it in caves. They used to play it in temples. They used to play it in forts. In fact, you can see them even today. Next time you are visiting a temple or a ancient temple or any ancient monument, na, thoda aisa aju baju, up down, everywhere, just have a look if you can find such boards. Something or the other will always be etched on the floors. So this,
but then how do we now know the names back, or did we make new ones?
we know their names.
वो बाजू वाले के कपड़े देखे थे.
We know their names because of certain references or other things. So we like, and also with some people, because some people know na. So if we ask them, अरे इसको क्या खेलते हैं तुम्हारे इसमें? People will be like, हम तो इसको ऐसे बोलते हैं. Like normal hopscotch is also langdi, is also पैर के ऊपर पकड़ी. There are one game has a lot of different names. So if you show this board to somebody, someone might say that this game is called as Sari Part. We call it Sari Part. You said Pachisi, right, Mehika? You said
yes.
Yeah. I call it Pagde. Someone else will call it Chowpar. Someone else will call it Chowsat. So that is how we come to know about these different names and these different varieties. Then you ask them. If someone is called Chowpar, then you ask, कि अच्छा कैसे खेलते हैं? How do we play? And then that person will tell you. So this is how the games are played, exchanged, learned, taught, etc. Cool. And while we are talking about games being etched on the floor, these games are etched on the caves, on the floor of the caves called as Pandavleni, and these are in Nasik in Maharashtra. So next time you visit these caves, do look around for such games. And now that you know about the boards also, what kind of game boards you can see, I think it will be easy for you to identify. There are more, don't worry. Before I show you more board games, do you guys know about a civilization that flourished in India many, many, many years ago? It's in the Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab wala part. Do you guys know it? You study it in history also sometimes.
Not yet. We didn't learn it.
You've not learned it. Someone else? Yes, Manjusha has answered again. It's called the Indus Valley Civilization or Harappan Civilization. You will get to learn about it more once you like. It will be definitely be there in the history books and everything. In that civilization also, we have found something like these game boards. Like these are also game boards and these are game pawns also. So not only us, but even people from the Harappan civilization used to play these games. And not only that, Harappan civilization people traded with one of the very famous civilization of that time. ऐसे वो लोग ऐसे trade करते थे. Like from Gujarat, they used to go to that area or something like that. That civilization was called as Mesopotamian civilization. और उसका एक famous part है, famous city है, which is called as Ur. और हमको वहां से भी board game मिला है. So it's not just us playing snakes and ladders today. games have been played since time immemorial. Like सब लोग खेलते हैं, सब जगह पे खेलते हैं. Everybody plays it. Every like in every civilization, in every time you have somebody playing games. So games are there since humans are there. Think of it like that. Cool. If you've seen this, I will move ahead. There are more games. Now I want you to guess this game. दिखाया है इसका photo. Can anybody guess which is this game? Does it?
No, Katie Kela.
No. थोड़ा उसके बाद. After that, what we have been seeing. Yes, Shravan, you are right. This game is of 16 sepoys. And again, we have found it in Pandavleni caves of Maharashtra. And this is the game of
Ludo.
and Ludo or
Pagde Pachisi or
yes.
yeah, Pachisi.
So these games have been found everywhere. So you know, Kiare Pagde or Pachisi is a game which everybody likes to play because there are so many game boards that you will find. Now everybody will ask me this question कि अरे आप मुझे सिर्फ महाराष्ट्र के ही दिखा रहे हो. Are these games only in Maharashtra? These games will definitely be somewhere else also, na? Or are they being found only in Maharashtra? So for you, I will answer this question in the next slide. That is, these games are not only found in Maharashtra, but also at other places like Hampi, Karnataka, and also in Badami, Karnataka. So it's not only in Maharashtra, but also in Karnataka. And I'm sure in many other places like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, everywhere these games will be found, not only in India, but also abroad.
Oh, there have drawn that on a bench somebody has drawn it.
Yes, exactly. Yes, very good. I was going to ask you the same thing. These are not drawn on the floor, right? These are drawn on benches. And why do you think these are drawn on benches?
Because sometimes when people travel or sit on places, like suppose where there is somebody with a bow and arrow, I think that there is a train station and somebody is waiting there, so he just made it.
Yes. And why on benches and not on floors?
That on clothes?
No. Why on benches and not on floors?
Floors. Oh, on floors, like it's a bit hard, and on benches it's more easy.
Yes, and also there might be people who cannot sit on floors. So maybe for them, they've made it on benches so that people can sit on benches and play. So these two games are there on benches. So next time you are visiting an ancient monument, not only the floors, but also you check the benches also if there are any games, okay? Which is this game, the first one, the one that was found in Hampi.
We can't see it nicely.
Can you see a triangle?
Yes.
And a rectangle attached to it? Which can this game be?
This can be.
Others, maybe you can also guess.
It is Aduli.
Yes, correct. I think that is Manjusha again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. And which is this one, the one found in Badami, not the whole one, but the square one with.
Chaukabara.
Yes, correct. Chaukabara. And that is again Manjusha, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So moving on. More games from different places. Acha. Now tell me, can you see both the photos? The one from Hampi and the one from Maharashtra? Yes, you can see it, right? So now tell me, there is some similarities between both of these books, right? What is that? Do you think it's the same game?
Yeah, I know it's almost the same game, but the similarity is that both have a square, and in that square there are crosses.
Yeah, so maybe it's the same game, right? We'll not be 100% sure, but 90% it can be the same game, right?
Yeah, and from Hampi, the game where is a leaf on, that is a bit more
अरे
clear.
बहुत
That's new, and this one where your arrow is
Marks clear.
a master, that's not so clear.
Yes, so these are the differences. And also, what other difference that can you see between both of them? Can you see the surface? Is the surface on which the board has been made a bit different?
Yes.
Yes, right?
One, the humpy one, that looks like in like in warm places, and the other one, Maharashtra, it looks like in Maharashtra it's in the mountains.
Oh, okay, that's a good observation. The one that is made in Maharashtra is comparatively recent than what is made in Hampi. Because this game, particular one, the one made in Maharashtra, is made on concrete. And that is why you can see this not so clearly. And this was made recently, like people who were actually, this was found at one of the ancient monuments, and people who had come for the restoration or, the reworking on the monument, they made implement it. So it is not that ancient, but a bit old. Okay. Moving on, which we haven't. Just a minute. So we find evidences of games and game modes not only on floors and say benches of caves, temples, forts, etc. Yeah, Mika, you have a doubt?
We cannot see any photo.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm putting it. So as I was saying, we cannot I know you cannot see the photo. I'll just share it. The games that we see, which were lost, they are not only found in the caves, temples, or forts like that, but we can also see them in sculptures.
Oh, yeah.
This particular sculpture is not that clear, but in the Madhya Pradesh sculpture, you can clearly see both of them playing a game. You can see a game board here.
Yeah, they're playing a game.
Yeah, so not only from these random boards that we find in such monuments, we also find it in sculptures. And we also find them in manuscripts. The simple difference between sculptures and manuscripts is sculptures are made on hard surfaces, manuscripts are written on soft surfaces. Yeah.
The one with the tree, that game is Pagde,
Yes.
I think.
Yes, correct. That game is Pagde, and this game is chess.
Chess.
The person is teaching a new person. Like, while we are playing a game, and if your friend does not know, you teach them.
Yeah.
So that is what it is happening. So we have these evidences. Achha. Now there is no photo on the screen, right?
Yes, no photo.
Now since I've been speaking since last 20 minutes, I want to ask you all one more question. I've been asking you a lot of questions. I will ask you one more question.
Okay.
What do you think is needed for playing a game?
A board. Like if you need to play a game, you cannot just play it on air. You need something like a board, or you need a bench where you are sitting. You can draw it on.
Yes. So you need
or
the board
a
to
paper.
play. Whether it is a board or you draw it on the bench, correct. You need the board. Then what else you need to play?
Players.
Like
Players.
You need players. Yes, you need
players.
Game. Then what else?
Like in chess, you have those small people like the coins.
Correct. Achha. So now, if I give you this board, I give you the coins or the pawns, will you be able to play?
No, but first you have to find out which game it is, then you can play. And the rules you should know.
Perfectly correct. You should know the rules to play the game. Right? As a randomly, you can't start playing any game. So
yeah.
that's why. Now tell me, is this game complete or is it incomplete?
It's incomplete.
How can you say that? What if this was their complete game? है ना, हो सकता है ना. Maybe they wanted to just do something like this.
It
Because
looks like
if we know the rules, then
Yeah, correct. Who said that?
otherwise.
Yes, correct. Advait, you are exactly correct. So that is why games में सिर्फ pawns या सिर्फ people या सिर्फ board is not important. You should also know how to play the game. And that is why some of these games were lost. Because we forgot how to play them. अरे सिर्फ board लेके क्या करेंगे? We are like, अरे this is board. This was used for games. But how to play? That is where everybody, like all of we ask people, कि अरे आपने खेला है क्या ये game? Have you played this game? We try to look for references in the books and everything else. Yes, every game needs some kind of rules or some method to play. And so don't forget that rules are also important part of playing games with boards and pawns, etc. And in brief, to sum up what I wanted to say or what I have been saying from last 25 minutes is games are created by humans, right? They are not come from ऐसे suddenly ऐसे board नहीं मिलता. That is something which humans have created and humans have been creating and are creating also. We have a lot of new board games also right now, right? So that is something which humans only create.
like sequence.
Like Sequence, Sorry, then you also have Catan, all these games, right? So humans create them and humans only make the rules for them. Dusra, what you don't realize while playing is you learn a lot of things. Like maybe you will learn counting, because one of my friend was telling while she is playing Chowper and all these games, she knows the 8 table by heart, because that is how you count your moves. And you can count your opponent's move also. So maybe you will learn counting. You learn how to make strategies also, because in a game like hunt game or war game, your moves are very important and you can't waste them. Then what else do you learn? Maybe you memorize a lot of things.
You remember
Yes.
after some time when you played again.
Yes. Then you can also communicate. Like if you're playing with your friends and everything, you keep teasing the person or something like that. So that is when you communicate with the opponent or with your friend. So we learn a lot of things from these games. So we should keep playing them. The next that I would like to tell is that games is a part of intangible heritage. And by intangible heritage, what I mean is you should know how to play the games. You can't touch it. So the definition intangible means something that you cannot touch. So you can't touch the rules of the game, right? You have to know the rules of the game to play. If I just give you a cricket bat and a ball, you have to know to throw the ball and hit with the bat. You just can't keep playing without knowing what to do with the things. So games are a part of our intangible heritage. So the rules of the games become very important. And if one forgets how to play them, then ho gaya. Then we are like, array, we are just with the game pieces and boards. So we don't really know how to play. So how to make sure that your game is not lost, and if they are lost, they are found by passing on the baton. If you know a particular game, teach it to someone, to your friend, parents, grandparents. And if your grandparents, parents, or friends know some kind of game, learn it from them. Only then these games will not be lost again.
Yeah, if we will not play the games for many time, then we will forget the games and then the game is finished.
We can also hold competitions. Yes, हम chess bang on point. Like जैसे chess का होता है, वैसे why not? We can keep for चौका भरा, we can keep for पगड़े, we can also keep it for tiger and goat. So we can hold competitions. So like that, we have to keep passing it on to new and new people. सिर्फ अपने पास रख के कुछ नहीं होगा, right? And on that note, thank you everyone for being such a good audience.
Thank you so much, Yogini ji. It was a very nice interactive session. And I hope children have enjoyed it a lot. Like they were all were answering questions and interacting with you. It was a nice session. So I want to show, like, now you know how to play games. Now I want to show how these games are made. So allow me, I'll share the screen quickly. Basically, all are made with hand painting art of India, which is from Andhra Pradesh. I hope it is visible now.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes, it's so the games, like Yogini has already mentioned, these games are all from India, and like the games we play, like snakes and ladders, Ludo, all are from India, and they are from a very long period. But now they got some English chic names like Ludo, snakes and ladders. So now let's see how they are made. So the art which is used to make these games is kalamkari. So it is from Andhra Pradesh, and the literal meaning of this art is kalam, which is pen, and kari, which is craftsmanship. So it is basically a textile design painted by hand, and everything which is used in this process is all natural and organic. So, and the pawns which we use in our games are made from wood. So the kalamkari technique, it starts with steeping the cloth in buffalo milk, and then that is dried under the sun. After that, these are outlined with black lines, and then they are painted with natural dyes. So and the brush also which is used in this art is made with natural bamboo stick, and the brush is also has a fine hair, and they use a cloth on the top of the brush, so that the excess color which is there in the brush, it all goes out. So basically it's all natural. uh, the process is all natural, and these games are designed in a way that it is not just like fun playing, but it has also many good benefits, like logical thinking, building strategies, concentration, basic math, and a lot of things. It also develops sensory skill, count, improve motor skills, improve hand-eye coordination, like all of this. So this is not just having a fun time with family, but it is also a lot more than that. So I'll show you our game range now. So let's start with Pretwa. So it's a war game, and two players can play it. And these are 18 counters, 9 for each. So it has an benefit of mathematical ability and develop competitive spirit. Then the next we have is Sharavyoha, like Yogini ji has already showed this game. So it's a war game, and it has 12 counters, 6 for each. And it also enhances competitive spirit. Then we have Dashguti. Of course, you know this too. Like it's a war game, and 20 counters, each 10. And it sharpened presence of mind. Then we have Panchkelia, and it's a race game actually. And we have 9 counters. In this, 3 players can play, and it refines the mental ability, mathematical ability of a player. Then we have No Keti Keta. It's a war game again, and it has 18 counters, 9 for each, and it is also known as games for boys and girls. Like one side of the pawn is representing boy, and the other side is representing as a girl. So it helps in develop analytics skills of the player. Next is Punchy, a single track race game played by 2 players and 10 counters for each. It's a family game that enhances strategy skills. Then we have Pachisi, like you've seen this game in this session, which is nowadays known as Ludo. It's a race game again, and in this, a 4 player can play, and total there are 16 counters, 4 for each, and it improves mental, mathematical ability and develops competitive spirit. Then we have 16 Sepoy. You know this already. Like it's a war game, and then we have 32 counters in this, 16 for each, as it goes with its name, like 16 Sepoy. And it improves analytic skills of a player. Then we have Vimana. It's a race game again, and it has 12 counters, 6 for each. Then we have Bagh Bakri. So it is similar as it says. It's one side of the game is Bagh and other side of the game is Bakri. So, and it's a hunt game, and it has 24 counters, 4 tigers and 20 sheep. So it develops mental mathematical ability and sharpens analytic skills. Then we have Chauka Bara, which is a race game, and it has 4 players can play it, 4 counters for each, and it sharpens the strategizing skill. Then we have Singham, strategic game, which has 8 counters, 4 for each, and develop strategic skills and enhances foresight. Then we have Aduhuli, which you have already seen in this session. It is also known as Tiger and Goat, and it is an hunt game which is played by 2 players, and it develops teamwork and competitive spirit. Then we have Hasuchirate. It's a hunt game again, and one side of the game is represented as cow, and the other side is leopard. The benefit of it is strategizing, making skill and concept of teamwork. So yes, these are our game range. You can buy it by going on our website, that is the indianspirit.com. I'll add that website in the chat box. You can buy it. So now that you know how it is made and our range about it, so let's have some fun and let's start playing the game. So I'll request everyone to be ready with their grid and pawns. So we'll start the game. So let's start the game. So like everyone knows it already, it's Aduhuli. So now Chintan will tell us how to play this game. So let's start. I'm excited already.
Hello everyone, my name is Chintan and I am here to play Aduhuli with you along with Darshana. So we had a lot of theoretical session for what the games are and what to do with it. So let's get into practice for a while. Aduhuli is a competitive game, a hunting game basically, which enhances your competitive and teamwork. So it's more than just a hunting game, it's also about defense. So we all know how defense is important. I mean, when someone is trying to hunt you have to use your head to not only escape from them, but also to encircle them or make sure that they're not able to get their hands on you. So I'll just start with how to play this game. So in front of you is the board of Aduhuli. It has a rectangle and a triangular shape intersecting to each other, and pawns which are visible. On one side there are 16 goats, and on the other hand there are 3 tigers. Now, it might look a little partial, but that's not the thing. Both the teams have their own powers. So the thing about tigers is that they can eliminate goats, and what the goats can do is they can gang up on the tigers. They can strategize and encircle the tigers, or they can sideline them and leave no moves for them to eliminate the goats. All right. So I'm going to start playing the game with Darshana. And the first aspect of this game was like, I'll place the tigers one by one on the particular points where they are supposed to be. This is how we place the tigers on these specific points. After this, Darshana will place the boards one by one. Of course, I'll have my turn, but I'm just supposed to move around the board as Darshana places the boards. But while doing this, I have to keep something in mind, that I'll place my tigers only where the dots are connected. You can see I made a mistake trying to jump over to this point, but that's not allowed. So I'll just try to move my tiger from this point to this. It's practically connected through a line, and that's where I can move. Now another turn is for Darshana, and she's going to try to place the all the goats on the board, but I'm going to try to make sure I place my tigers accordingly that I can eliminate her when the game starts. Now Darshana will keep putting the pawns, and I'll try to get as much near to the goats as I can. Well, let's see how this works out for me. She seems to be a little aggressive, but I don't know how this will turn out. Well, another rule of this game is that I cannot eliminate any of her goats as far as they are out of the board. Once they are all inside, let's defeat her. Okay. Well, we are halfway there. I really need to use my head more. So you can see a rule of this game says that I can move only to a point which is adjacent to me. I cannot skip or jump any points like this. I have to move to a point which is only besides my point. Now Darshana is almost done putting her pawns, and I am also at the end of my placements. So here it is. Now Darshana has placed all her pawns on the board. So are the tigers here. Now the game starts as the tigers try to jump on the goats and eliminate them. You will see how it works out. So the next turn goes for Darshana.
Okay.
As you can see, I have a pawn right in front of me. So I can jump over this pawn like this. And I have eliminated one of her goats. This is how I'll try to eliminate all her goats and the tigers will win.
Am I doing it right, Chintan?
Well, if you want to win, I think so.
Can I help, Darshana?
Sorry?
Can I help you?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so I have two rivals now.
So I'm not that expert in this game. Just what the pawn that you moved right now, put it back.
Okay.
You'll kill it unnecessarily. Huh.
Okay.
Now I think it's
So what happened just is that she was supposed to keep it here, but as I can see, I can eliminate her goat like this. So she put it back.
So I'm going to play safe now.
my
Well, now there is no
advice.
good move for me right now.
Sorry. Yeah, you were saying
Yes,
something.
yes, Yogi.
My advice would be to the person playing the goat. वो triangle का सबसे ऊपर वाला part दिख रहा है? The triangle where both the lines.
Yeah.
That is the most strategic point to put your goat there whenever your turn is there. If it is now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. You can.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to play my turn now. Okay, so let's see. Even though I'm very desperate to defeat Darshana right now, I know a certain rule say that I cannot jump this pawn to a place where a pawn already exists. So this has to move somewhere, I guess, here, back. Well, that's this place where I can be right now. Let's see.
I think I've captured one tiger already.
Yeah, it looks like this tiger is surrounded.
Oh.
And this way, things are getting worse for me. Let's see how I can move around, eliminating more boats.
Okay.
Okay. This is not good. So
One tiger is captured already because we don't have move now.
Yeah, I cannot move this tiger anymore. Well. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. So, I can expect another turn because I just eliminated a goat of Darshana, but that doesn't work this way in this game. So next turn goes to Darshana only. I cannot have another turn after eliminating a goat. Hmm. She thinks she's smarter than me. I just need to predict a few steps she'll be moving in the future so that I can win this game. And as much as I want to move this, eliminate this pawn, but I cannot change my direction like this. It works in only a particular way where I have to just move further. So this cannot work this way. I cannot move my tiger in a different direction. So I'll just move what I can.
Yes.
All right. I can get closer to her right like this, and the pawns.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. One of my
I'm already making it hard for you.
yeah. Well, let's see if I can.
Can I help the person with the cows?
Yeah, obviously.
Where the the tiger is next to the highest point.
Okay.
You have a goat there. You have to move. If you can move it there to the other side, then he will not be able to take it.
Okay. Okay. I'll take your advice and move there.
Okay, so I'll have to rethink about my idea of calling smart kids in my session.
Mm, yes.
Even I can use some help, guys. That works out well for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm,
Hmm. That's how she ran away.
mm, yes.
Can I help the tiger team?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, wherever you go, the sheep should not be two in a place or else she'll get trapped.
Oh, yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Can I help the one with the goat?
Yeah, sure.
There's a tiger in between. There is next to one a goat,
Okay.
and if you go down, then you will find one more tiger, and that tiger can jump over that goat. So if you take that goat, the one ahead, then maybe it will not be able to
Okay.
take it.
Let me try it.
Yeah, well, you kept doing something else, but now this tiger of mine is free.
Oh. Okay.
So all of my 3 tigers can move now.
Um.
Ma'am, I think the cows should actually move their cows forward, right from the back, right from the bottom of the triangle to up, because there is nothing in the middle section of the playing field.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
It's my turn now. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
If I can, yeah. No, you did it already.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So now I would like to tell you that 6 of the goats are out, and that's how I win. Yeah. So the game goes like the tigers can eliminate 6 of the goats, and that's the end of the game. If I can eliminate the 6 goats or more, I win. And I think Darshana tried her best, but she couldn't beat me. So
Thank you so much, guys, for helping us. Now, I would request Ms. Samira Shah, Program Director at Bhaveta Foundation, to come and present vote of thanks.
Hello everyone. Hi everyone. I have already got many of the friends and well-wishers at Bhaveta Foundation who joined us, messaging and saying how amazing the session was. And I'm sure all of you have thoroughly enjoyed the session. We are very, very grateful that all of you joined us, took out time for this interesting session called Lost and Found. But on behalf of Bhaveta Foundation, most importantly, we'll also like to thank our, partnering organization, which was INCHUSEN, India Study Center, with whom Yogini Atre, who did such a fantastic presentation. So Yogini, thanks a lot for doing this session. We really enjoyed it as much as, you with all the excitement actually took up this session and gave that. I could actually see your expressions even while you were explaining and asking everyone, motivating them. I think telling them that whenever now we are going on travel trips and tours, we make sure that we look around, all 4 sides and be observant enough to notice where these board games can be seen. And I'm sure we are going to catch up all of these and very fondly remember you, Yogini, for giving us this, and sharing this valuable insight and entire brief about the board games. So yes, I'm happy to. Yes, I think Mehika still wants to say something. Maybe she has her hand raised. So
Yeah,
yes,
I have a
Mehika?
question. When is
Yeah.
the next class?
Oh, fantastic. So that was really cool. When is the next class gives us a feeling that you all are looking for more. So we are very excited and we'll be really happy to take up many more sessions like this. This is just the beginning. This and much more is always organized by Bhaveta Foundation. So we'll keep you posted for sure. And okay, I like that thumbs up, Mehika. Thank you for giving me. And a big thank you to all the kids, especially, all the children who have joined in. I also saw, in the chat box that you all play football and some of you play such interesting games. And in spite of all the outdoor games, I'm sure in this lockdown time, you would also value and enjoy playing the board games, which is equally very important for you all to improvise and also think of getting to more intellectual and strategic planning and all those other academic studies in terms of mathematic calculations and things in regards to science, which you will probably pursue in your future ahead. Yogini, I'm sure you agree to this when it comes to, all of this, because even you have your very keen and strong interest in subjects which are epigraphy. I was reading and anthropology. I said, oh, wow, super. And it was so good to know that you've done international and national papers for the same as well. So, yeah, we are happy to get you such a talented speaker. And on behalf of Bhavita Foundation, we'd like to now conclude this session by appreciating each and every one of you to actively being a participant in the event, and our entire backend team at Bhavita Foundation who are actually putting up this event tirelessly. Everyone, including Darshna and Chintan, who actually were a part of the presentation, but we also had Shravan, Apeksha, and event. So yes, thank you guys.